Hey guys, so I recently just came back from my trip to Iceland and I've had a lot of people message me on Facebook and Instagram just some advice that I could give them about going to Iceland, things to do, how to do it as well. So by no means am I a travel expert at all. Like, I'm still figuring my way out through all of this. I'm going to give you all the prices that I used whenever I was traveling so you guys have the most transparency and authenticity whenever you're planning your own trip if you want to go to Iceland about the actually how much it is and all the hidden prices that will go alongside of it as well. Firstly, flights. So how are you going to get to Iceland? So I live in Austin, Texas currently, and so it's definitely quite a ways from going to Iceland. So definitely if you're from Europe or from anywhere in that surrounding area, it's definitely going to be a lot cheaper than flying in from Texas. So I initially booked a flight in October of last year for May, and so pretty early in advance, maybe like seven months I think. And so I saw flights from Boston to Iceland that were around $500. And so I figured, YOLO, like I don't know how cheap the flights are ever going to be. Booked that flight. A couple of weeks later, I booked my flight from Houston to Boston. Flew there, and those tickets from Southwest round trip were around $115. So was able to get to Iceland at around $600 and $650. Second most expensive thing in Iceland is probably the accommodations. I would highly recommend that you book your accommodations way in advance. See where you want to be staying as well. What we did whenever we went to Iceland is that we booked it from Reykjavik to Vik and then to Hofen. So that was kind of our three main cities and towns in the area that we planned on staying in, so we can make sure that it was on the ring road along the way. So each place, it ranged from $30 to $60, and because it was four girls, pretty good for the amount of places that we were staying at. We stayed at 6 different Airbnbs the whole way through. So I think that my total cost for accommodations in Iceland were around just over $500, I think around $540. There was a fair amount of people who actually did hitchhike in Iceland, and even though it was pretty cool and very travel-y and stuff, I myself couldn't do that just yet. Though we had Airbnbs, we had to be there by a certain check-in time, and so don't really recommend that for now. But we booked through Thrifty, which is one of the cheaper car rentals there. And so we got a 4x4 Ford Hybrid, very nice car. And so we booked it, and it was awesome though. It was a great car, always fit all of our stuff in, with all our photo props and all those crazy things that we brought along as well, groceries. And it was through diesel, and so that also made the price a little bit cheaper. And so I think that total accommodations for the car were just under $400. Those are probably the three main things to be aware of whenever you're booking Iceland, is that it's definitely pretty pricey to stay there as well as the car rental as well. So make sure that you keep those in mind whenever you're booking. Okay, the big one you have to remember is food. Food in Iceland, because it is an island in the Arctic Circle, it is really expensive to go to Iceland and eat. So I think a typical meal there would be around $20 US. So definitely be aware of that whenever you're going, that it's pretty pricey to eat out there. Luckily, I was really concerned about the food there initially before I even went there, because I do eat a plant-based diet, that I was scared that since there was no fresh fruits and vegetables that grow on the island, that I was going to starve to death. So before I left the US, I went to Whole Foods Market and stocked up on different lentils, rice, beans, and all these different whole starch foods that will keep me going the whole time. Got those, and it was around $50 for that grocery haul that I did, and oh my gosh, it saved my life. I can't even emphasize how important that was whenever I was eating out. That probably saved me hundreds of dollars because I brought that $50 worth of food. I was able to eat at home a lot through the Airbnbs because they all had kitchens. So ate a lot at home, and I would go to the grocery store. I would go get packs of frozen veggies, maybe apples and bananas, rice crackers. Definitely, I would think about if you're not really into the plant-based diet, definitely look into doing that because it saved my butt and it was so freaking cheap to do as well, that compared to buying like hamburgers and fries and stuff. I mean, you go to Iceland mainly for the sake of seeing the beautiful landscapes and waterfalls and all these different things and stuff. You don't really go for like the food. I mean, sure, maybe there's seafood there and stuff, but like it's pretty pricey, and I was definitely not on that sort of budget to do. Food, I spent around $250 in total, including the time I was in Boston for it as well. So definitely, I would highly recommend, if you have the space to do it, I would recommend bringing food or just going grocery shopping and cooking on your own as well. Oh, bonus hack for you is that Iceland is filled with Subways. Like, I've never seen such a concentration of Subway restaurants in one little island before, but they're literally everywhere. There's no Starbucks, there's no McDonald's, there's only Subways. So I would highly recommend, if you want to eat out, Subway's right there. Go get a foot long and save the other half for later, or not, depending on how hungry you are. Pile it up, fill it up with as many ingredients as you can get. The fun part now is the touristy things. So luckily, Iceland, most of the things are for free because there are landscapes and stuff. You kind of have to walk your way to get to all the places and stuff, but they're definitely worth it. The one place that you do have to pay for is the Blue Lagoon. It depends on whether you go during the winter or the summer season. I went just at the end of winter season, so I paid around $45 US to get into the Blue Lagoon, and it's definitely worth it. You should definitely go as soon as you get off your flight and stuff. It's like 15 minutes away from the airport, so I highly recommend you go do that as soon as you get off the airplane. Reykjavik has a lot of touristy gift shops and souvenirs there if you want to go and get some things. I would highly recommend doing it there. They're like typical like touristy gift shop price and stuff, so you know how that is. In total, I think I spent around $100 for all the touristy things I wanted to do. I didn't do any of the glacier tours or those puffin tours as well. So in total, I spent just under $2,000 to get to Iceland. I worked my butt off to this past year and stuff by interning, working, babysitting, photography, like literally worked my butt off to get there, but I'm so glad I went there. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, where I got so inspired with my creativity to really take photos again, to vlog again. I'm just so excited, especially because it's now summer here in Austin, and I have a pretty demanding internship right now, but I'm pretty excited to like really spend some time vlogging a lot more for you guys, just telling you about my travels, and hopefully I can get some more stuff done for you as well. So stay updated for that. Peace out. Bye.